Mama June's reality stardom began by living vicariously through Honey Boo Boo on Toddlers and Tiaras. Mama June has a history of relationships with convicted sex offenders, impacting her family. Mama June put her own interests ahead of her daughter's future, squandering college funds on drugs. Reality junkies didn't fall in love with Mama June because of her parenting skills. The popularity of the Country Fried Clan from Alabama started with Alana Thompson, aka Honey Boo Boo, and Mama June's obsession with making her baby girl a pageant beauty queen. Introduced via Toddlers and Tiaras, Mama June was living vicariously through her youngest daughter, soaking up the attention bestowed on the family because of Alana's precocious pout, chubby cheeks, and larger-than-life personality. Alana was a favorite on the child pageant show, not because of the crowns or sashes she won, but because of her audacious tongue that wowed fans. The family, Mama June included, was a part of the package TLC invested in to capture Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson for the 2012 debut of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. The Thompson family antics played out like a weekly train wreck that audiences pitied but enjoyed watching nonetheless. From Mama June's unhealthy relationships with men to the family's extremely unhealthy lifestyle, the saving grace of the series relied heavily on the daughter's love for their somewhat wayward mother. Throughout the series, on TLC and later WeTV, there were red flags surrounding the relationship between Mama June and her daughters, specifically Alana. Living vicariously through her youngest daughter catapulted Mama June to reality stardom. Without reality television, the Thompson family would have probably been like the hundreds of working-class families in rural Georgia struggling to make ends meet while raising children. Before Toddlers and Tiaras, the odds of the Thompsons coming into a financial windfall and fame would probably have seemed slim to none, but the magic of reality television made all things possible. Mama June Shannon, best known for her reality TV appearances on Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and her own series Mama June, From Not to Hot, has lived her life under the public eye for many years. With her family dynamic constantly evolving and many personal challenges playing out on screen, Mama June's relationship with her children has been a major point of scrutiny. As time goes on, it is clear that, for her children's sake, Mama June needs to focus on becoming a better mother and healing her fractured family. The ups and downs of Mama June's motherhood journey. From the outside, Mama June's life may seem like a whirlwind of fame, fortune, and tumultuous relationships, but beneath the surface lies a complicated story of motherhood. Her relationship with her daughters, particularly Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson and the late Anna Chickadee Cardwell, has been marked by significant ups and downs, with episodes of neglect, questionable choices, and periods of separation. Early on, Mama June was often seen as a fun, laid-back mother, allowing her daughters to live carefree childhoods in front of cameras. However, as the show progressed, it became evident that Mama June's parenting was not always ideal. Her marriage to Sugar Bear Mike Thompson ended in 2014, and the public divorce led to a series of struggles for Mama June. As the years went on, Mama June's relationship with her children began to falter. One of the most heartbreaking moments came when Anna Chickadee Cardwell, Mama June's eldest daughter, publicly spoke about the emotional toll that her mother's actions had taken on her. Anna's difficult relationship with Mama June was further complicated by Mama June's romance with Gian Obdoke, whom she later married. During this period, Anna had stated feeling neglected and abandoned, both emotionally and physically, as Mama June focused more on her relationship with Gino than on her daughters. The impact of Anna's passing. In December 2023, tragedy struck the Shannon family when Anna Chickadee Cardwell tragically passed away at the age of 28 after battling health complications. Her death has brought both emotional and practical challenges to the family, with Mama June feeling a deep sense of guilt and loss. Hannah's death also forced Mama June to face the emotional pain of not having been the mother she wished to have been to her eldest daughter. Following Anna's passing, Mama June has been trying to pick up the pieces of her fractured family. One of the most significant shifts has been her decision to take custody of Anna's two daughters, Caitlin and Kylie. This decision was driven by Mama June's desire to provide a better life for her granddaughters, whom she now sees as her responsibility in the wake of their mother's death. However, the transition has been complicated by the fact that Mama June's relationship with the girl's father, Michael Cardwell, has been strained. Michael has also taken steps to limit Mama June's contact with Kylie, further fracturing the family. Despite these challenges, Mama June remains committed to being the best grandmother she can be for Anna's daughters. However, it's clear that Mama June's role in their lives will require more than just emotional support. She must make substantial changes in her approach to motherhood and grandmotherhood. Mama June's struggle with addiction and relationships. Another significant factor affecting Mama June's ability to be a better mother is her ongoing struggle with addiction. Mama June has been open about her past issues with alcohol and drug abuse, which have often taken center stage in her life. These struggles not only impacted her relationship with her daughters, but also put her ability to parent at risk. Mama June's past relationship with Gino Doak, who also struggled with addiction, was tumultuous and often overshadowed her children's needs. In the midst of her relationship with Gino, Mama June's priorities were frequently misaligned, which only deepened the emotional rift between her and her daughters. Alana "Honey Boo Boo" Thompson, in particular, was often seen trying to navigate life on her own, dealing with the emotional toll of her mother's decisions and actions. It's no surprise that Alana, now a teenager, has publicly spoken about her desire to be independent and live life on her own terms. Though Mama June has made strides in her recovery, particularly in recent years, her past choices continue to haunt her relationship with her children. As a mother and grandmother, she must focus on maintaining sobriety and making choices that prioritize the well-being of her children and grandchildren over personal desires. The need for therapy and healing. In addition to dealing with her struggles with addiction and relationships, Mama June has recognized the importance of therapy. After Anna's passing, Mama June sought therapy to help cope with her grief and reflect on her parenting journey. In a recent therapy session, Mama June admitted that she had made many mistakes as a mother, but she was committed to improving and making amends where possible. Her decision to pursue therapy is a crucial step in her journey toward healing. It signals an acknowledgement of her past mistakes and a willingness to take responsibility for the impact they've had on her children. However, it will take time and effort for Mama June to fully heal herself and her relationships with her daughters and grandchildren. The future of Mama June's family. As Mama June continues to navigate the complexities of motherhood and family dynamics, her future with her children and grandchildren is uncertain. However, it is clear that for her to become a better mother and grandmother, she must prioritize their emotional well-being and take responsibility for the choices that have impacted their lives. For Alana, Caitlin, and Kylie, having a stable and emotionally present figure in their lives is essential for their future growth and development. Mama June's commitment to being a better mother involves more than just words. It requires action. She must focus on fostering a healthy, supportive environment for her daughters and grandchildren, which will involve repairing fractured relationships, prioritizing her children's needs, and ensuring that her own emotional and physical health remains stable. In doing so, Mama June can start to create a future where her family is whole, and her children and grandchildren are provided with the love and care they deserve. In conclusion, Mama June's journey as a mother has been filled with challenges, but it's not too late for her to turn things around. By focusing on her own healing, seeking therapy, and making her children's well-being her priority, Mama June can begin to rebuild her family and become the mother and grandmother her children need her to be. The road ahead is long, but with determination and a focus on her family's needs, Mama June has the opportunity to make a meaningful difference in the lives of her loved ones. Mama June's romantic relationships wreak havoc on her family. Popularity is by no means a solution for family conflicts, but although Toddlers and Tiaras ended, production companies still believed Mama June and her country brood would produce ratings worth their weight in beans and cornbread. Mama June and her then-boyfriend, Eugene "Gino" Doak, were arrested in 2019 and charged with felony possession of drugs and drug paraphernalia. Gino had an additional charge of domestic violence, which landed him in additional hot water. Mama June's love interests have been an ongoing source of toxicity, extending beyond her own safety to that of her children. In 2014, her relationship with registered sex offender Anthony McDaniel, who was convicted of aggravated child molestation, resulted in the cancellation of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Alana's sister, Anna Chickadee Caldwell, allegedly accused McDaniel of molesting her when she was 8. Mama June acknowledged knowing something inappropriate had happened between McDaniel and Anna, but begged her daughter not to bring up the past. The 2014 revelation caused a ripple effect of criticism, and Mama June collapsed under the pressure, admitting that she'd been involved with another convicted sex offender in the early 2000s. Mama June acknowledged in an interview with Entertainment Tonight later that same year that the father of her 2 daughters, Pumpkin and Jessica, was a convicted sex offender who served time for sexual exploitation of minors after being caught on to catch a predator in 2005. After learning of Sister Chickadee's cancer diagnosis, the Thompson family attempted to come together to console one another. Her daughters agreed to put Mama June's numerous indiscretions, run-ins with the law, and her past behavior of prioritizing romantic relationships with abusive partners before her daughters behind them. Again, reality television producers believed there was some revivable magic in the outrageous behavior Mama June presented to the audience. The network ditched Mama June from hot to not and instead rebranded the series as Mama June: Family Crisis. WeTV signed off on the 2024 season, and in March, rumors began flying that Alana was accusing her mother of stealing money earned while she was a child star that was supposed to be earmarked for her college tuition. Mama June continues to disappoint her daughters. Instead of acknowledging she'd spent the money, Mama June attempted to slight her daughter's ambition. She questioned Alana's commitment to pursuing her education. Instead of taking responsibility for her irresponsible behavior during her struggle with drug addiction, Mama June chose to point out Alana's weaknesses and attempted to suggest she may not be fully committed to pursuing a college degree. After attempting to point a finger at Alana's inability to follow through with a college education didn't work, Mama June turned her attention to her older daughter, Lauren, and her husband. She tried shaming the couple by suggesting they weren't contributing to their sister's future. Lauren voiced her dismay to her husband, but refused to fall for Mama June's emotional manipulation. It didn't take long for the family to see through Mama June's mind games and realize she'd squandered Alana's college tuition to the tune of $30,000 on drugs and on buying frivolous trinkets for her boyfriend. Lauren's husband, Josh, was speechless by Mama June's lack of concern for her daughter's future. "You know, after the amount of that June has put Alana through, you figured she would want to pay for the entire college or at least pay for a semester or 2. But, nope," he says in an interview. "I don't see her voluntarily chipping in nothing. It's selfish, is what I'm saying," he remarked. Alana begrudgingly acknowledged she felt betrayed by her mother's actions, although it was clear the truth hurt her more than she wanted to admit. The season of Mama June: Family Crisis addresses Mama June's inept parenting, but the audience is forced to offer her grace as she deals with her oldest daughter's cancer diagnosis. As the family prepares for Anna's transition, the conversation turns to who will have custody of her daughter, Caitlin. Although she has proven to be an unfit mother to her own daughters time and time again, the sisters have empathy for their mother and her belief that she would be the best caretaker for Caitlin. For Alana, the money earned while she was a minor is gone and cannot be replaced. The sisters agree Mama June's actions were immoral and perhaps unethical, although they wouldn't qualify in a court of law as illegal. The emotional divide between Mama June and Alana continues to widen, although Alana visibly struggles to grant her mother grace and empathy. It's not hard to assume the family's internal struggle with Mama June's priorities and misjudgment are far from over. If WeTV grants the Thompsons another season, the dysfunction between Mama June and Alana, along with the rest of her siblings, is certain to continue playing out for public consumption. June Shannon, better known as Mama June, has been a public figure for more than a decade, first gaining national attention through the reality TV series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, which followed her life and that of her daughter, Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson. While the show gave viewers a glimpse into the world of this eccentric Georgia family, Mama June's personal life and relationships have often been at the center of controversy, particularly in recent years. As Mama June's relationships continue to make headlines, her romantic entanglements have created significant turmoil within her family, leading to strained bonds, public feuds, and fractured relationships with her children. This ongoing saga highlights the complex nature of family dynamics, addiction, and the ripple effects of a person's romantic choices. Mama June's turbulent relationship history. Mama June's romantic life has been anything but conventional, and her relationships have often sparked public scrutiny. One of the most notable chapters in her love life was her long-term relationship with Mike Sugar Bear Thompson, whom she married and had a daughter, Alana. Their relationship was tumultuous, culminating in their separation in 2014. The dissolution of their marriage marked the beginning of a pattern of unstable romantic relationships that would go on to affect her family life for years to come. In 2015, June made headlines when she entered a relationship with Mark McDaniel, a man with a controversial and dark past. McDaniel had previously served prison time for the sexual assault of one of Mama June's relatives. Her relationship with McDaniel was heavily criticized, with her family, especially her daughter Alana, speaking out against the union. Despite the backlash, Mama June continued her romance with McDaniel for a while, and the damage done to her family's trust was irreversible. Soon after, June was seen in the company of Gino Doak, who would become her next partner. This relationship was marred by allegations of drug abuse and legal troubles, culminating in a high-profile arrest in 2019 when both Mama June and Gino were charged with possession of drugs. Their arrests further alienated June from her family, especially her daughters, who had long struggled to understand and cope with their mother's choices. Despite multiple attempts at reconciliation, June's relationship with Gino continued to fuel drama and heartache. Strained bonds with her children. The most significant fallout from Mama June's romantic decisions has been the profound impact on her relationship with her children, particularly Alana, who has become a key figure in the drama. As her mother's romantic entanglements became more chaotic, Alana began distancing herself from June, growing increasingly resentful of the choices Mama June made. Alana's emotions were laid bare during the final season of Mama June, From Not to Hot, a spin-off series that chronicled June's weight loss transformation and her strained attempts to reconnect with her daughters. The show highlighted how June's obsession with her romantic relationships was pushing her further away from her children, especially Alana. Alana, who had been a central character in her mother's previous shows, expressed frustration over being left behind as June prioritized her partners over her family. This disconnection was heartbreaking for viewers who had seen the close bond between mother and daughter on the earlier series. Alana's feelings of abandonment were exacerbated when Mama June continued to show little interest in supporting her daughter, especially when it came to Alana's career and personal development. For a long time, Alana was being raised primarily by her older sister, Lauren "Pumpkin" Shannon, who stepped in as a mother figure to support Alana through the emotional and financial challenges that came with their mother's neglect. Impact on the family dynamic. The damage done to Mama June's relationship with her daughters has been profound, and it has caused a ripple effect throughout the entire family. Pumpkin, in particular, has become a central figure in the family dynamic. As Mama June's behavior spiraled further out of control, Pumpkin took on more responsibility, including legal guardianship of Alana. Pumpkin has openly spoken about the challenges of caring for Alana while dealing with her mother's behavior. She expressed that Mama June's lack of support, both emotionally and financially, was hard to reconcile. For a time, Pumpkin's anger towards her mother was evident, and she even spoke about the deep disappointment she felt when June chose her partners over her children. The family's public divisions were especially visible during the legal battles that arose from Mama June's arrests and her continued association with Gino. Pumpkin and June's other daughters have often voiced their concerns for their mother's well-being, especially when she chose to remain in a relationship with someone who they felt was detrimental to her and their family's future. A pattern of dysfunction. One of the most concerning aspects of Mama June's romantic relationships is the repeated pattern of dysfunction and self-destructive choices that have had long-lasting effects on her family.